Welcome back, everybody. Week 8 is in the books. Week 9 is here. Welcome to Pick Talk for all your sports betting needs. Each week, we're going to break down every NFL game for you guys piece by piece. After crazy Week 8, we went 6-7, not the best. Channel records 55-63. We're getting there, and Week 9 is here, so that's the main thing we want to focus on. Tonight's Thursday night football game. Let's go ahead and put it up here. Ravens at the Dolphins. We got Ravens -7.5 over 51 points. Ravens coming off that win last week against the Bears, 30-16. Dolphins coming off that pretty crazy win, 34-10 against the Falcons in Atlanta last week. I think half the survivor pool and circuit got eliminated by Miami and the Bengals last week, which is pretty crazy. So, and last time these two teams played was December 31st, 2023. Ravens dominated them. Lamar was still playing with the Ravens then. This is his first game back tonight, and the Ravens are 7.5-point favorites on the road. Ravens defense allowed 30 points per game and 379 yards allowed a game since the beginning of the year. So pretty crazy. So I like Waddle over receiving yards on this, considering Tyreek's not there. Wide receiver one's going to probably tear up the Ravens defense. This is probably a good spot for overs as well. I think that game was a little fluky last week. The Dolphins beat the Falcons, which is pretty crazy to me. So I think the Ravens just go up early here. I think Lamar comes back. They just take control of this game, control the tempo. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of taking a team that comes back with their quarterback first game back from injury, but the Ravens need this win bad. They're third in the AFC North at 2-5, and yeah, I think the Ravens need this win. I'm going to go ahead and take the Ravens -7.5 here. I think that's the right play. Let's move on to Sunday here. First game in the Sunday is going to be Denver at Houston. Texans. Denver enters this game at 6-2. Houston enters here at 3-4. Last week, Denver did beat the brakes off the Dallas Cowboys in Denver, and Houston beat the brakes off the Niners. Both the teams actually looked pretty good last week. Last time these two teams played was 2023, and Houston took that game by 5 points, covered the 3-point spread. Denver 6-2, first in the AFC West here, and Houston's 3-4, third in the AFC South. Patrick Surtain, I believe he's not playing, pectoral strain. That's going to be a huge loss for the Denver defense. And Nico Collins concussion protocol still, and Christian Kirk hamstring not questionable. They're out actually. So right here at 40, this total is one of the lowest totals on the board this week, which we could see a low scoring game. That's what the books are kind of hinting at there. And both these teams, they both have, they just have both defense. Both defenses are really good, but I do trust the Denver offense a little more. So I'll take a dog here. I'll take the Broncos money line. I don't even know what it's at right now. It says -104 right here. But they're still a dog technically, even though they're still favorites. So just give me the Broncos money line. I think that's the right play here. Next game, 49ers at the New York Giants. We have the 49ers coming here at 5-3, and the Giants coming here at 2-6. The Niners are coming off that loss to the Texans. We just talked about that. And the Giants are coming off the loss to the Eagles after beating them a couple weeks back. Scatterbo went out last week. That's pretty huge for the Giants offense. They have Tracy back there now. So yeah, both these teams 5-5 straight up when they play against each other. Niners do hold against the spread of 6-4 and the 5-5 to the over under as well. This whole 49ers team's banged up. Dart's been nice, but can he keep up with Scatterbo out now? I don't really know. But I'm not a fan of West Coast teams flying out to the East Coast for AM slate games. So I actually like the Giants in this one, surprisingly. If Purdy does come back, I like the Niners money line maybe, but overs could be a play here too. A lot of points could be scored, but we're just gonna say Purdy's not playing, and we're gonna take the Giants +2.5. Giants need to win here, move them at 3-6. San Fran probably could take a loss, even though they don't really want to. Yeah, give me the Giants +2.5. Next game here, Colts Steelers. Colts -3 over under 50. You have the Colts coming here at 7-1, first in the AFC South, and Pittsburgh 4-3 first in the AFC North. Last week, Colts dominated the Titans 38-14. And last week, the Pittsburgh got dominated by the Packers 35-25. Last time these two teams played was in 24, and the Colts won that and covered with their 2.5 spread. They won by 3. And yeah, Colts are coming off a win here. Steelers coming off a primetime loss, like we just said. The Colts, they're actually one of the top scoring offenses in the league, and the Steelers have been struggling defensively. They got cookie cuttered last week by Jordan Love. So I think I'm just going to keep riding the hot hand here. Even though it does scare me, a road favorite. I was reading something up that road favorites do cover about 55 to 60% time covering that road spread. So with the Colts coming here -3, I think they match up well with the Steelers, and I think I'll just take the Colts money line to play it safe. I think that's what -179. But yeah, we'll take it. Just take the Colts money line on that. Next game here, Panthers at the Packers. We got Packers 13.5 point favorites over under 44. Carolina's coming in here at 4-4 from the NFC South, and Green Bay's coming here first in the NFC North 5-1. Carolina lost to the Bills last week. Exactly, got dominated. I think we had the Panthers. That wasn't a great pick. And then Green Bay dominated Steelers last week. So last time these two teams played was 2 years ago. It does look like the Packers did win, but they didn't cover that 3.5. So they won by 3, didn't cover. But they do hold the straight up record 6-3 against these matchup between these two teams. Carolina does have against the spread though 5-3-1, and these do lean towards the overs at 7-2 to the over. Yeah, Bryce Young's still questionable. Not really sure. I don't want to touch this game at all if Andy Dalton is the quarterback still. Wicks is questionable too. I don't know if he's going to be playing for the Packers here. Panthers 3-17 straight up on their last 20 road games. I am not saying bet the Panthers at all. The overs have hit 8-2 in the last 10 meetings between these teams though. So I don't know. I don't really know where the Carolina's going to score though. Packers defense is actually one of the best units in the league, and the Packers probably dominate both sides of this ball. So give me the under 45. I think that's a good play here. We ought to have a couple unders here. So give me the under 45 on this one. I'm not going to be taking a side. Next game, Minnesota at Detroit. Detroit -9.5 points. And then we have over under 48. This did move up last night from 47.5, so we are up 0.5 point. Minnesota's coming off that loss against the Chargers on that Thursday night game. Was that? Yeah, that was Thursday night last week. Yep. 37-10. Detroit coming off a big win against the Tampa Bay. They had that place rocking, dude. Detroit was rocking at that game. Baker was looking not like the Baker that we've seen all year. Head to head, these two teams, the Lions do cover as far as like not cover, but they hold the win-loss record 6-4. They don't cover against the spread 1-9. So 7-3 to the over. So the over is probably a good play here. That's all these teams do is score. Look at 31-9, 31-29, 30-20, 30-24. Look at all these points scored here, even in a divisional matchup. It's pretty crazy. And especially with JJ McCarthy about to return from I think he's going to be returning this week, and Justin Jefferson is still questionable with the hamstring injury. But if McCarthy and Justin Jefferson play, I think the over is the play here. The Lions, what are they coming off a bye week, I believe? Yeah, they've been 10 days without a game. So yeah, they're going to be rested. They're going to be ready for this game. And yeah, I don't see how either of these teams do not put up points here. I think the 9.5 is actually because of the injury concerns for the Vikings, but if you do get some questionable tags off towards closer to game time, you might see a little different, and you might see this line be going down. But we're rolling with the over here. Give me the over 48. It was 47.5 last night. It's 48 now. We're going to roll with the over 48. Let's move in the next game here. We got Chargers at the Titans. Over under. What is that? 43.5. That one hasn't moved. Chargers coming in here at 5-3, second in the AFC West. Tennessee's coming in here fourth in the AFC South at 1-7. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to win this game either. That team is terrible. Chargers coming off of that huge win we just talked about against the Vikings last week, and the Titans. They coming off a huge loss against the Colts last week. They got dominated, and yeah, there wasn't no stopping the Colts. So the only thing that scares me right here is I believe Derwin James. He's not playing this game. So Cam Ward, he could exploit the defense. That could end up covering, backdoor covering. I actually like double-digit dogs. Yeah, so with this one, I don't know, a little bit deeper into it, the Titans have blown 3 straight games, outscored 89-37. So that leads to me to think that the Chargers are going to run all over them. But the defense, I don't really know. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game. I do like the Chargers, but I don't think they're going to cover the double-digit spread. So yeah, I think the Titans are due for a win, like we're saying, but the Chargers are building momentum. Give me 10 Titans plus 10. Why not? I don't see anybody else doing that. We're gonna roll with that. I think after the big blowout win versus the Vikings last week, I think everybody's gonna be on them, and Titans might cover the back door. Give me Titans plus 10. Next game, Falcons at the Patriots. Patriots -6. Over under 44.5. Atlanta's coming here in third in the NFC South at 3-4. New England, look at that, first in the AFC East. Drake May is an animal at 6-2. Atlanta, I think, we already talked about that. We're not talking about that again. I lost my survivor last week with them. And New England, they blew the doors off of the Browns 32-13. Probably should have took that. I guess I overthought it too much. I thought the Dolphins were frauds. I guess not. We'll find out tonight. Last time these two teams played was 2021, and the Patriots have won every meeting against these guys, 5-0, straight up. The only thing is they cover too. So they cover every game they've played here. So I don't know why anybody would want to take the Falcons on this slate. The over-under does lean towards the under here at 2-3. And yeah, I was reading that the Falcons secondary is banged up, dude. They're not going to have like Bates back there. There's a couple other guys aren't going to be back there. Drake London too for the offensive side of the ball. Is Penix coming back? Who knows? Is Kirk Cousins going to look like Kirk Cousins out there again? Who knows? I am not touching the Falcons with a 10-foot pole. So we're going to ride this Drake May train till the wheels fall off. This guy has had over 300 yards passing in each of the last 3 games, and I don't see why he doesn't tear up this Falcons defense. The Falcons are going up north. It's going to be outdoors. They're not going to be playing in the dome. It's going to be cold. They're going to be leaning on that run game, and the Patriots' run defense is one of the better units in the league this season. So if I was the Falcons, I'd be scared. Give me the Patriots -6 here. Move on to the next game. Bears -2.5 at the Bengals. Oh, it's up to 3 now. My bad. And over under 50. That's down. Actually, I was at 52 yesterday. So this line's moving on each side of this on the totals and the spread. Chicago's coming in here at 4-3, the third in the NFC North, and Cincinnati's second in the AFC North. I don't know how. If we won that last game, we'd be sitting even nicer, but we're at 3-5, second in the AFC North. I can't complain. Flacco's done us wonders. It sucks he went out with that arm injury. That he probably could have. I don't know. We could have won that game. We should have won that game. It's bad coaching. Last week, Bears coming off that loss to Baltimore. No one thought that was going to happen. That happened. Baltimore beat them 30-16. And same thing with the Bengals, man. We lost 39-38. We were up like two touchdowns in the fourth quarter. I don't even know what happened, dude. So, okay. Head-to-head, these two teams last time they played 2021, and the Bears won by 3, covered the 2-point spread. Bears are 3-1 straight up and 1-1 against the spread. Bears hold that, and then the over/under is at 2-2. They're tied for that as well. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna be a homer here. The Bengals are back at home after that rough loss to the Jets, dude. We should have not lost that. Trey Hendrickson's still questionable. It'd be really nice if he came back. They might even trade him at this point. I don't know what the Bengals are going to do. They need to get something out of him. He's on a 1-year deal after this year. He's gone. So I don't know. If we don't lock in this week and win this week, we're in trouble. I'll tell you that. But the Chicago Bears, they have a lot of players out, and I think this could be a good spot for the Bengals to bounce back. The over has hit in the last 6 out of 7 Bengals games. That's a good spot. If you're looking for over 52, it's one of the higher the over-under on the board this week. So that is telling me that there's going to be a lot of points scored. Bears last 5 road games over 4-1. Another thing right there. But the Bengals are trying to get out of slump here. I'm going to be a homer. We're riding with the Bengals money line and give me a plus. It was plus 120 yesterday. It's down to plus 110. People are riding them with me, dude. So let's go on to the next game here. It's actually going to be the first game of the later slate. We got Jacksonville at Las Vegas. Jacksonville is 3-point favorites over under 45. You have Jacksonville coming in here at 4-3, Vegas coming in here at 2-5. Jacksonville 5-5 straight up. They lost last week versus the Rams. They're coming off a bye actually, so that was 11 days ago. And Las Vegas coming here off that brutal loss to the Chiefs 31-0 as well. They're actually both coming off buys this week. These teams are going to be fresh. Last time these two teams played was 2024. It looks like Vegas did win and cover that 19-14. But it is straight up even 4-4 head-to-head against these guys. Jags do take against the spread at 5-3, and the over-under is 4-4 here as well. Jaguars, man. I don't know. I don't really know what to think of either of these teams. I don't know. I don't trust Geno Smith. I don't trust Trevor Lawrence, but I do trust Trevor Lawrence a little bit more. The under has hit 6 out of 7 the last meetings between these teams. So the unders are a hot commodity here, but I do see the Jags exploiting the Raiders defense. I could see BTJ, T-Law getting a couple touchdowns. ETN's probably a good anytime touchdown one too. The Jags have better defense. Give me the Jags money line. I think it's the only way to bet this game. Let's go on the next game here. Saints at the Rams. We got Rams minus 14 over under 43.5. That is down from yesterday. Yesterday was 44.5. Rams are coming off a bye here. I know that. They didn't play last week. And the Saints took an L to Tampa Bay, 23-3. So, yeah, I don't know. That's a divisional game. The Saints are just terrible here. Rams 7-3. They hold the straight up record, and they do hold the against the spread record as well, 3-7. Over under 5-5 straight up. Last time these two teams played, the Rams beat them by 7 points. They covered that 2.5 point spread. This time they are favored by 14 points. I'm guessing that is because Puka Nacua is expected to return this week. We're gonna. There's only one side to play on this game. There's not really much to talk about this week besides the Saints benched Rattler for Tyler Show. I think that's his name. Saints are bottom feeder teams. We are not betting them at all anymore this year. I don't care. I'm tired of taking an L from them every week. I don't even know how many L's I have from Saints games, dude. I think the under could be a play here, but we're just going to ride the team coming off the bye here at even on a double-digit spread. I am taking Matt Stafford and the Rams every time. Give me the Rams minus 14, big cuz. Okay, that's what we're taking. Next game here, probably the game of the week. We got the Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. Chiefs 1-point favorites over 52.5. Chiefs coming off that win last week on Monday Night Football, 28-7. They did dismantle Washington pretty bad. Washington didn't cover. We had Washington points. And Buffalo beat the brakes off Carolina. Last time these two teams played was in the playoffs. The Chiefs ended up winning by a field goal there, and they covered that 1-point spread. They are favored by 1 point again. Pacheco's questionable. They may limit the run game. Kareem Hunt, I think, is getting the starting go. On the other side of the ball, Ed Oliver is out. That's going to hurt the Bills' defensive front. I don't even know. The Chiefs might be able to run Kareem Hunt just all night on it. But the Bills 4-1 straight up against the spread in the last 5 regular season meetings versus the Chiefs. I don't know, man. I think Mahomes is hot right now, and I think the hot hand is what you should ride. Overs is probably a play, but I'm just staying away from a total. This game could be a complete shootout. I could see them hitting 52.5 in the first half. So I don't know, because what happens if it turns into a defensive battle? I don't want to be on that side of it. I'm just going to take the hot hand right now with Kansas City money line. I'm not a fan of the Chiefs, but you got to go with the hot hand, dude. Give me the Chiefs money line. Let's move on to the last game of Sunday. We got Seattle Seahawks at Washington Commanders. Seahawks are coming in here at 5-2. Commanders are 3-5. Seattle first in the NFC West. Washington third in the NFC East. Seattle coming off that big win versus Houston last week, 27-19. We just talked about Washington. They lost against the Chiefs 28-7. Last time these two teams played, what is that, 2 years ago? And Seattle won by 3. Washington covered the 6. Straight up 5-4. Seattle owns them against a spread 3-5-1 towards Washington, and the under here is favored at 3-6. The under could be a spot, but I'm not really a big fan of that Commanders defense. They look really good last year. This year, they don't look good at all. And I believe they ruled out McLaurin. McLaurin's not playing. I thought he was returning. He's not returning. So we're just riding on Jaden Daniels. I don't know if Debo's going to return or not. That's still up in the air. Maybe if Jaden returns, maybe Debo will return. I don't know. Maybe they're working something up out there. But Seahawks coming off a bye. Yeah, they haven't played in 10 days. They're going to be fresh. That Darnold and JSN combo is nasty, dude. So I think I used to hate Seattle, man. I hate the Seahawks, but I am a Jaden Daniels fan. I have to go where the money's at, and I think the money is in Seattle this year, dude. I think Seattle's going to make a playoff push. So we're going to take Seattle money line. You could take the -3, but I'm just going to take the money line. Like I said, you could take it with like a JSN to anytime touchdown. Kenneth Walker hasn't scored in a few weeks. He's probably due. The unders could be a spot here, primetime spot, but just give me the Seattle money line. We're riding the Seattle money line. We're going to get this record up, baby. Let's go to the last game of the week here. We got Cardinals at the Cowboys. Wow, Cowboys were 3 points yesterday. They're down to 2.5 favorites, and then the over-under of 54. I think maybe it's because the Cardinals are coming off a bye week too. They haven't played in 11 days either. Last time they played, they lost to the Green Bay Packers 27-23. Dallas, last game they played, they got their breaks beat off against Denver in Denver 44-24. Head-to-head, last time these two teams played, that was 2 years ago. Cardinals dominated them 28-16, and that was in Arizona. So it's a little different this time. Dallas plays really good at home, but the Cardinals do hold the over straight up record at 7-2 and against a spread at 7-2. So it seems like the Cardinals kind of know the Cowboys, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about taking the quarterbacks, like the team with the quarterbacks that are coming back from injuries. I believe Kyler Murray might be returning this week. On the other side of the ball, I think Diggs is out, concussion, according to the injury report I was reading. Though this is one of the highest totals on the board at 54. It's actually even higher than that Chiefs and Bills game, which is like, that shows me it could be a good spot for a shootout. And with Diggs being out, that opens a lot of big plays for the Cardinals offense. So I don't really want to touch a total on this game. Even the over probably could be a play. Dallas is good at home. Dallas is what? They've lost. Look at win, loss, win, loss. We're gonna ride the pattern. We're gonna take Cowboys money line -172. You could even parlay Seattle and Dallas. I'm not a big fan of parlaying 2 different days at the same time, but yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna ride Cowboys money line here. I think that's the only way. You could take the 2.5 if you really want. We're gonna take the money line. That's going to be every single game this week, boys. This week, we are locked in and we are ready to fucking shoot, baby. We are going to get some wins. If you like this show and if you want me to keep posting every week, please like and subscribe and drop some comments. Add the notifications, add it all, dude. Let's go. Pick Talk Week 9. Lock in, boys.